Okay, guys, so this is a tutorial on how to import, export files from Mecabricks into Onshape. So once you have your whole entire piece or your model product, whatever you want to call it, completely assembled, then you're just going to go up to File, and you're going to go to Export. And then you're going to drop down the format to be STL. You can leave logo on studs. That just leaves the Lego logo on the studs, which is totally up to you. I like it because it looks cool. Press export. And then once you're done with that, it'll come up as a download down here. You're going to open up Onshape, go to Documents, go to Create, go to Import Files, and then you're going to go find that file. Mine is in downloads called the train. I'm going to press Open. Here I would leave it in inches, millimeter. I would leave it in inches. I would also orient imported models with y-axis up, and that'll allow your orbits and all that kind of stuff to be front, right side, all those to be true and right. Leave this other one, the create composite part when importing multiple or solid models, blank. Don't check that one. Press OK. It'll come up with this list over here, and it'll say it's uploading. It's not done immediately, even after it says it's uploaded successful. As you can see here, it says it's still importing. You need to make sure that that is completed first, and it'll say like created. I'll show you once it's done here, but it will not be officially done. And you see it just disappeared. Now it says translated successful. When it says translated successful, we know it's good to go. So I'm gonna go after you're done with that. You can either click right on train 1 STL. I go by created by me, and train 1 STL is here, and hopefully it works here right off the bat. Yeah. And it'll say developing. It'll come in all funky in colors, and that's totally cool. We can go through, and literally it allows you still to select each piece. But as you can see over here, there are no parts, and this throws a big monkey wrench into our whole plan. Because now we won't be able, if it's not a part, you won't be able to put it into an assembly or anything like that, right? So what we got to do is we have to draw our product enhancement directly onto this piece. The first thing I would do is I would click on each one of the pieces and recolor them. So as you can see here, I want this. I would like, if I zoom in here, I want the tires, and so forth. As you can see here, right click and you go to edit appearances for those 4 parts. I want those all to be black, right? I press the green check mark. You can do that for all the parts, and again, it's not like a lot of work because you're just going to click on each of the Lego pieces. They stay as Lego pieces, which is great for us, but it doesn't help us when we do an assembly. So let's hypothetically say, and I'm going to go to a different one that I already have done just so that you guys can see the differences. What you want to do is you want to create, and I'm going to turn this other one off just so you can see. You want to create your attachable enhancement directly onto the part. So what that looks like is basically I'm in a part studio. I imported this piece into it, this train into it, and now I'm going to go directly onto it. I'm not going to go to another part studio. I'm not going to go into an assembly. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to be right in this import, and I am going to go to sketch, and I'm going to start literally drawing directly onto this part. So I'll turn these off. Let me turn these back on. I would highly recommend just using this as a reference for your kind of system here. Let's say I want to draw on the front here, and as you can see, it's directly over this hitch, right? Which is great because now I'm going to start drawing my pieces directly over, and you're figuring all these calculations out. You're doing everything you need to do, and I am just literally going to start drawing random pieces here to show you an example of the next kind of system that you want. Of course, tangent's not going to work. So as you can see, I didn't do anything too fancy. I literally just drew another circle and a square onto here just so that these would connect. And then I can extrude, finish that sketch. And as you can see, when I extrude this part, all as one piece, kind of going up, just to show you, I want a new piece. And after I make these pieces, now you see I made the first piece, right? After I make those pieces, then they'll come up as parts, and you'll see that's part 7, right? I'm going to delete that. And imagine that I just sped through this whole entire system. And let me turn these all on. And let me just imagine that delete. Good. That I made all those parts, right? So let's say why it's doing that. Delete. Yes. There we go. Okay. So let's say I made all these other pieces and I made this little caboose that went onto here, and now you can see that I have this whole system, right? Well, the next step is to then go into basically a drawing file. So if you look at the Lego project details, it says create a drawing with an overall dimensions of your final design. That basically means, excuse me, that basically means just to go into a drawing file, create a drawing file, and bring just the enhancement in there. I know it doesn't seem, like it's much, but it's something for you guys to get the practice of dimensioning and that jazz. So I'm going to go to the top view here just to make this look a little bit easier for you to understand here. Give it a sec. Get this view. Get this. I'm going to project this other view over here. And again, I know that this is just, I'm going to go isometric. This is very vague. And the sizes are all wrong, and you can change all those things if you want the scale. 1:1. Let's see, that's huge. Wow. Let's go like 1:5. Still too big. 1:12. A little bigger. 1:16. Looks like it's pretty good. Okay. Oops. Didn't press enter. 1:16. Green check mark. There we go. So if I move that over, I can change this to shaded view and you can see everything. But what you're going to do in here is you're going to dimension just overall dimensions. You're going to change the size of these, obviously. Put your overall dimensions in here, and that's what the product says, just overall. So go in here, make that drawing file. Don't worry about an assembly. Don't worry about, breaking that, making the exploded view. Don't worry about bill of materials. Don't worry about any of that stuff. I just want you guys to focus on making this drawing file along with your enhancement in here. So when you share it with us, we will be able to see this whole part with the enhancement and with your export and all that jazz. Okay, so I know that there's going to be a lot of questions based on that, but if you have any questions, just ask your teacher and they should be able to help. Thanks, guys.